get you loaded pretty quick here. Awesome. He's done that a few times before. I've changed my mind a couple times on these. It's hard to grab here or here without pulling over that rubber track. They're just gonna go all the way through. I'll do one long instead of two short ones. But this I really need. I'd like that to be pulling forward, but I don't think it's possible. And I was grabbing onto the bucket here, but I don't know. It probably would have been fine, but I like this way better. It's next morning. Made it down to the Sap Rose, just south of Kansas City. They're riding good. This is the only one I wasn't real happy with because this is a weak point in the trailer. I really don't have anywhere to throw a chain without going into the stake pockets there. But the broker said he was just glad to talk to an American. He said not too long ago he had some guy that could barely speak English, and when he showed up at the receiver, he had 2 straps going over the cab of these things. So I'm not really trying to be the best truck driver. I'm just glad I'm not the worst. I think they'll be fun. And actually, within the past couple of months, I've had the receiver at a data center thanked me for speaking English. So, things have gotten bad when the shippers and receivers are thanking you for speaking English, and the brokers are just irritated with all the, foreign truck drivers. I'm not saying all of them are bad or anything like that. Everybody's just trying to do what's best for them, but yeah, bud, you gotta make a decision. You gotta slow down. It's probably the right call. If you can't read road signs and you're not familiar with just the norms of driving behavior in a country, I don't know. It doesn't seem like it makes sense for them to be professional drivers. And there's plenty of terrible American truck drivers. We've got more than our fair share of idiots in this country, born and raised here. But the Dalilah's law, I think the House is looking at it right now. I really hope it passes the way it currently. There could be some changes to it, but they're looking at foreign dispatchers. That's one part, but also CDL testing, and I think part of it includes like the non-domiciled CDLs. I think the CDL testing is a no-brainer. And if you can't take a test in English, then you have to assume you're not going to be able to read the road signs to navigate around the country to deliver freight or pick up freight. And of course there's exceptions around the border. The Mexican carriers have a certain range where they can they can cross. There's plenty of freight crossing the border with no problem. But it's really not the Mexican carriers, I don't think, is a big problem. It's the Indians have cornered the dispatching market, it seems like. And I think some of the Indians have been involved in the fatal accidents. But there's people from all over the world. Ukrainian, Russian, Africa. There's some. I've been hearing some crazy African dialects, languages I've never even heard before, spoken at truck stops and shippers, receivers, just waiting to get maintenance or check in. One time if you haven't followed the channel, I've got an intermittent marker light issue where the marker lights will just short out, and then they always seem to come back on whenever I get stopped somewhere. But I was waiting in line at Love's to get those looked at. And I was the first person because I came in the night before. Well, the next morning when they finally, like, were starting to take, you know, the mechanics were showing up, the guy at the Love service desk, when I walked in there, was telling a driver to get out Google Translate so that they could communicate with each other. Because he could not understand anything he was saying. I mean, and I'm not saying there's bad people or anything. I mean, we benefit in this country from immigration. We benefit a lot from it. But the trucking industry seems to be oversaturated, and it puts a downward pressure. A lot of the foreign operations are they're running ELD, I don't know if you call it scams, but like fraudulent logs, where they'll change their logs. And I think FMCSA, DOT is trying to crack down on that stuff. We're about 110 miles out. Just came through Joplin. So we'll be up, I just talked to the receiver. He said they'll be ready for me when I get there. It's a good place to deliver to. They got all sorts of, I guess they mostly rent John Deere equipment, but they get you unloaded quick. I may end up trying to do more of these loads. These are pretty good people to deal with on both ends of the, you know, getting loaded and delivering. Get you in and out.
To merge onto US 64 East.
I don't know if we can. Seems like a pretty tight little turn to make here. It's almost a U-turn. Looks like I'm probably not the first one dragging tires over this stuff.
the exit onto State Highway 51 frontage.
Spot to jump on the highway. There's all kind of trucks that couldn't get over, you know. But if you made it this far in the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. I'm probably going to get some new tires put on the drives. Got a weird wear pattern. I think it's like a cupping pattern, it's called. I can feel the thing bouncing as I'm driving, all on the inner part of all four drives. So, and I just had an alignment done. I need to check on that stuff, but it just kind of started showing up here recently. I've hauled a few lighter loads, and I've had a lot of deadhead. It may just be the tires. They probably got between 300,000 and 400,000 miles on them. I might try out just replacing 4 of them and just putting the good 4 that I've got up on the front axle and getting 4 new ones on the rear axle. Just looking at the cost difference. I don't know if that's a good idea or not. Y'all take care. I'll see you in the next one. Well, they said if I try to pull straight through this, they said I might knock my mirrors off. Said it'd probably be a good idea to pull past it and back in.
You have 7 hours and 26 minutes of remaining drive time.
He said I might have like an inch on both sides. I'm just going to take it slow and try it. And he said they'll use all the bottom deck, so won't have to worry about the top deck. Claustrophobic, like I'm trapped in here. It's really just the mirrors that are real close.